Welcome to Binge Guide, the next show.
The next show!
Yeah. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Victoria.
And we are your guides to everything that's coming soon to screens near you.
Right.
And today, we're setting our sights pretty far this time.
Way out there.
We're diving deep into Pixar's upcoming movie, Elio.
Right.
Which is scheduled to hit theaters on June 20th, 2025.
Yeah, that's right.
So
consider this your early access briefing.
Early access briefing.
Yeah, we've looked at the trailers and the plot summaries and everything we could get our hands on, basically.
All the little nuggets.
The nuggets.
To give you a sense of what this intergalactic adventure might have in store for us next summer. Okay, so Elio centers on this 11-year-old boy.
11-year-old kid.
Yeah, named Elio Solis.
Elio Solis.
Now, he's a huge space fanatic.
Oh, yeah.
Totally immersed in all things alien and really feels like an outsider here on Earth.
A little bit.
He even dreams of being whisked away
by
extraterrestrials. And wouldn't you know, it actually happens. Though maybe not exactly as he imagined.
Right.
He ended up on a ship headed for this massive interplanetary organization called the Communiverse.
The Communiverse. What's really interesting is that from the get-go, Elio's not just like a tourist or something.
No.
They mistake him for Earth's leader.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, think about that for a second.
Okay.
This average kid with his head in the stars, suddenly representing our entire planet.
Our whole planet.
On this huge intergalactic stage.
Oh, my good.
Talk about a fish out of water.
Right.
So that immediately creates this super compelling central conflict.
Yeah.
Like, how does somebody so unprepared,
totally unprepared,
navigate this bizarre new reality with all sorts of alien beings, this impending intergalactic crisis?
Oh, no.
And he's also just trying to figure out where he belongs.
Like at the same time.
Yeah, it's this classic outsider story.
Classic.
But just amplified to this cosmic scale.
Yeah, absolutely. And Elio himself seems like a character a lot of us can probably connect with.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A vivid imagination.
Yeah.
Fascination with the unknown.
I mean, who doesn't love aliens, right?
Right.
Especially when you're a kid.
And that feeling of maybe not quite belonging. I think those are pretty universal experiences.
I think so, too.
Whether you're 11 or much older.
Yeah.
Plus, there's this really interesting visual detail that I noticed.
Oh, tell me.
In the early concept art and teasers, Elio is shown wearing a blue eye patch.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
It's a small thing, but it's been applauded.
It has.
For this subtle message of inclusivity.
Yeah.
Offering a sense of representation for kids who might also have visible differences.
I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we consider Pixar's history of just very thoughtful character design, it really is a significant detail. I mean, this seemingly small thing speaks volumes about how much care they put into it. It subtly broadens the scope of who gets to be the hero in these stories.
Absolutely.
You know, and it really reinforces this idea that differences are a part of what makes us unique.
Right.
And that everyone deserves to see themselves in these big stories.
Now, let's zoom out a little bit. Talk about the setting.
Yeah.
The Communiverse. So from what's been revealed, it's essentially this vast interplanetary collective.
Huge.
You can almost picture it as this galactic version of the United Nations.
Oh, wow.
Bringing together representatives from countless galaxies.
Countless galaxies.
I mean, what kind of crazy encounters
so many
might Elio have in such a place?
It's the perfect setup for some really imaginative world building.
Yeah.
I mean, Pixar has knocked it out of the park with their alien designs in the past.
Yeah.
Think about the toys in Toy Story or the monsters in Monsters, Inc.
Right.
But this is a whole other level.
Yeah.
They have this huge canvas to just unleash their creativity and introduce us to all sorts of out-of-this-world creatures and just bizarre cultures. I mean, what kind of societies exist across the cosmos, right? What kind of communication issues will Elio run into?
It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like Elio won't be totally alone as he navigates this crazy new world.
Right.
We know he forms an unexpected bond with an alien named Glorden. He's been described as a tender-hearted princeling. And this quirky alien ally.
I love that.
It hints at this theme of unlikely friendships.
Oh, yeah.
Blossoming in the most unexpected places.
In this case, the vast emptiness of space.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a classic story beat, but it always works.
Yeah.
Especially in a story about someone feeling like an outsider.
Right.
It's like that bridge, you know?
Yeah.
It helps the protagonist understand this new environment. And it helps the people around them see things from a different perspective.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how that friendship changes both of them. Like, how does it challenge them?
So who are the voices bringing these characters to life?
Yeah.
The voice cast is shaping up to be really impressive.
It is.
We've got Jonas Kibreab making his feature film debut as Elio Solis.
Nice.
And then there's Zoe Saldana
Oh, cool.
as Aunt Olga.
Aunt Olga.
Now, this character was actually originally going to be Elio's mother,
Oh, wow.
voiced by America Ferrera.
Okay.
But because of scheduling conflicts, they had to rewrite the role.
So they made her the aunt.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It makes you wonder how that change in the character's relationship to Elio might affect the story.
Yeah, I mean, that happens a lot in these animated films.
Yeah.
You have these casting changes and character adjustments and things like that.
Right.
But the fact that they reimagined the mother as an aunt, it suggests they really changed things around.
Yeah.
Maybe it creates a different dynamic for Elio.
Right.
Allows for a slightly less traditional family structure.
Yeah.
Explore different support systems.
Well, makes sense.
Yeah.
We also have Remy Edgerly voicing Glorden
Okay.
and Brad Garrett as Lord Griggan.
Lord Griggan.
Now, Lord Griggan is a character that seems to have undergone quite a transformation
Oh, really?
during development.
Yeah.
Initially, he was described as this bulky, four-legged alien ambassador
Okay.
who, might provide some comic relief,
Yeah.
but it seems his role has shifted.
Figure.
And now he's being set up as the main villain.
The villain.
Yeah, intent on building the greatest war machine in the universe.
Wow, that's quite a change.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of change for a character from potential comic relief to the big bad,
Right.
that suggests they really reevaluated the story.
Yeah.
Maybe the early drafts needed something more.
Yeah.
A stronger central conflict, and they thought, well, maybe Griggan can be it. That makes you wonder what his original motivations were, and if we'll still see some hints of that in the final film.
Good point.
Yeah.
And we can't forget Jameela Jamil as Ambassador Cuesta
Oh.
and Shirley Henderson as this mysterious alien. Ooh. It's a really diverse and talented cast,
Yeah, they did a great job with the casting.
lending their voices to these really interesting characters.
I mean, a strong voice cast is so crucial in animation.
Absolutely.
Each actor is going to bring their own unique spin to it, their
Yeah.
own personality to the role. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what they do.
Me too.
It just adds so much to the world.
So moving behind the scenes a little bit,
Okay.
it sounds like Elio has gone through some pretty big creative shifts during production.
Oh, really?
Adrian Molina was originally the writer-director,
Okay.
but Domeshi and Madeline Sharafian ended up taking over the directing,
Wow.
although Molina still has a director credit.
Interesting.
That's a pretty big change for a major animated film.
That is a big change.
Yeah.
When you see something like that,
Yeah.
it usually means the vision for the film changed somehow.
Right.
Makes you wonder what Molina was going for initially, and how she and Sharafian's ideas reshapes the film.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a different style or a different way of telling the story visually.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and it seems that shift in leadership might be connected to a notable change in the firm's tone.
Okay.
The first teaser hinted at something closer to sci-fi horror,
Sci-fi horror.
which isn't really what you expect from Pixar.
Right. Not really their typical genre.
Yeah, especially not for a family film.
Yeah.
But the newer trailers are leaning way more into comedy
Okay.
and like a heartwarming family adventure.
That's more like it.
Yeah, it's a pretty big change.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, moving away from a darker tone
Yeah,
to something more in line with their brand.
right,
Those emotionally resonant and funny stories.
right.
That's probably a strategic decision.
Yeah,
Maybe test audiences didn't like the darker stuff.
right.
Or maybe the studio thought a family-friendly tone would work better.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And if we think back to Lord Griggan, his change from maybe a comedic figure to a full-blown villain that seems to fit with this tonal shift.
It does.
Yeah, some people have even suggested that some of the comedic parts of his character
Yeah.
might have been given to his son Glorden.
Oh, interesting.
Plus, the abduction sequence itself has changed.
How so?
The original trailer made it seem like it was an accident,
Uh,
and Elio was really scared.
Oh.
But the newer one shows that he's actively looking for contact.
Oh, wow.
And he's super excited when it happens.
So he wants to be abducted.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, it really shows how much they've changed things up.
Yeah, it does.
To fit a specific vision.
Right.
Probably one that emphasizes adventure and connection.
Yeah.
Over scary stuff.
And I think the fact that Elio is actively looking for aliens, it makes him a more proactive protagonist and maybe a little more relatable to a younger audience.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It seems like they took a step back and really refined the core elements to make sure it aligns with what people expect from Pixar.
Right.
That blend of emotional depth and engaging storytelling.
Pixar just knows how to do it.
Yeah, they do.
Studios often go through these kinds of changes with animation.
Right.
You get feedback and the creative vision evolves.
Right.
I'm interested to see how it all comes together in the end.
So with all these developments, what themes do we think Elio will explore?
Good question.
Self-discovery and the search for belonging seem pretty central.
Yeah, I think so.
Elio feels like an outsider at home.
Right.
And now he's in this totally alien environment.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely going to amplify his journey of finding his place.
I think so.
Yeah, finding your place in the universe.
Yeah.
That's something everyone can relate to.
It is.
Elio's journey across galaxies. It's like a reflection of our own internal journeys.
Trying to figure out where we fit in.
Exactly.
This adventure will probably be a catalyst for his personal growth.
And self-acceptance.
And it touches on that idea of embracing your uniqueness.
Yeah.
You know, Elio's kind of seen as an oddball.
A little bit.
Because of his love for space. But maybe those qualities are what make him special.
Right.
Maybe even a good leader.
Yeah.
Out in the Communiverse.
What might seem weird in one place can be a strength somewhere else.
Yeah.
Elio's perspective, his passion, even his outsider status.
Right.
Those things might be what help him connect with the aliens.
And overcome the challenges he faces.
Yeah.
Some people have even compared it to classic Amblin films.
Oh, really?
Like E.T.
Oh, I see that.
With that sense of wonder and connection. Mixed with the heart and found family stuff from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, if they can pull it off.
Yeah, those are some high expectations.
It is.
But they're fitting.
Yeah.
I mean, the childlike wonder of E.T., plus the celebration of being different and the found family from Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
It definitely lines up.
And we can't forget about Pixar's track record.
Yeah.
They're so good at visually stunning.
Oh, yeah.
And emotionally resonant movies.
Yay.
Even with all the changes behind the scenes. There's a lot of anticipation for Elio.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially since it's an original story.
Yeah.
After so many sequels.
It feels like a breath of fresh air.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, their sequels are good.
Yeah.
But there's something special about a new story.
Totally.
The new world.
This is where they really push boundaries.
Yeah.
So for everyone marking their calendars,
Set your calendars out.
Elio is set to release in theaters on June 20th, 2025.
June 20th, 2025.
It's Pixar's next film after the huge success of Inside Out 2.
Oh, wow.
Which really sets the bar high.
It does.
Yeah.
But they've been so consistent.
They have.
I think Elio's in a good spot.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it'll do well.
Now, for all the Disney Parks fans,
Okay.
there haven't been any announcements about Elio events or merchandise in the parks yet.
Not yet.
But that usually happens closer to the release.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So keep your eyes peeled.
Right? Disney likes to time things strategically.
Yeah.
They'll make announcements closer to the premiere.
To build the hype.
Exactly.
All right, so our deep dive into the early details of Elio has reached its orbit.
We made it.
Yeah. It sounds like it could be a really fun adventure.
Oh, yeah.
With a relatable main character in Elio. Set in this amazing Communiverse.
Yeah.
And exploring these themes of belonging and being yourself.
Love that.
It's been really interesting to see how it's developed.
It has.
Yeah, and all the changes it's gone through.
The journey behind the scenes is just as interesting as the movie itself sometimes.
I know, right?
Elio seems like it'll have that classic Pixar magic.
It does.
A mix of humor and heart and beautiful animation that'll hopefully connect with everyone.
So as we wait for June 20th, 2025,
the countdown is on.
We encourage you to watch the trailers, keep up with the news, and when it hits theaters, go see Elio's adventure for yourself.
Definitely.
While you're waiting. Maybe think about this.
Okay.
What does it really mean to be a leader? Especially when you're not expecting it.
When it's thrust upon you.
Yeah. And what are those things that connect us all, even if we're totally different?
And from different planets?
Yeah.
Those are some big questions.
They are.
I like it.
Elio's accidental leadership.
Yeah.
And his search for belonging.
Those could make us all think a little deeper about our own lives.
So that wraps up our deep dive into Elio.
We did it.
Here on Binge Guide. The next show.
The next show.
Your guide to everything you'll be watching next.
Everything.
Victoria, this was great.
Always a pleasure, Andrew.
Until our next preview.
Yeah, see you then.